Hello, today I'm going to review the GAOMON Pen Display PD1220. The GAOMON company was nice enough to send it to me to review, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. First, let's see what's inside the box. This is to prop it up. You attach it behind it. Some foam. Tablet. Some USB wires. More USB wires. The pen. I'm going to take it out. The plastic, actually. The pen. There is a pen holder that has some extra nibs inside. Instructions. There's a little glove for your hand there and a cloth to wipe the screen. And in this box there is let me get it out. It's stuck. Oh my god. It's just a plug for the wall. There you go. That's what you use to plug it inside the wall. There's a sticker that says to peel before using, but when I tried, it ripped. So I'm trying to remove the plastic film. There you go. Ooh. All right, so I'm going to set it up and I'll see you then. I just want to point out that this end goes inside the USB port of your computer and this end goes into the wall, but this wire here is just too short. In my case, when this is behind the computer, this does not reach the power outlet. It's too short. Unless your power outlet is directly next to your computer, I don't think it will reach. So I'm going to use an extension because I have no choice. You can avoid this problem by using a USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable, but it's not provided. And anyways, my computer does not have a Type-C port, so I can't use it. If you did have that, you wouldn't have to use the power bar, because just the Type-C cable is enough to power it. Okay, so here it is after setting it up. I'm using the HDMI cable and the USB and power block cable. As you can see, the screen is really bright, and even in different angles, it's still really bright. It's super clear. The screen is a bit on the small size, but it is, for the price, it's actually really great. So right now it's $250 on Amazon. That's pretty good for a display tablet. The pen is also nice to hold. It has 8,192 levels of pressure. That's pretty good. And the resolution of this is, let me check, 1220 by 1080. So I guess it is on the smaller side, but it's not too bad. This is how it looks inside. The pressure is pretty good. It looks fine. Small pressure, a lot of pressure. This is Clip Studio Paint. So I guess your drawing area is kind of small, but I guess you probably get used to it. But for an entry-level tablet, I think that's pretty good. One thing I want to mention though is double clicking sometimes requires you to try more than once. I think the double clicking distance isn't super sensitive, but also when drawing here it's all fine and good, but when you try, the closer you get to the edges, especially the corner, your arrow is no longer directly under your tip. Let me see if I can show you. The wire is not long enough. So I don't know if you can see, I'll try to zoom in, but the arrow is not under the tip the closer you are to the center. So if I want to click on the X here, I'm not actually clicking because it's not completely on it. Same thing for the edges, and yeah. It's not a huge deal, but it is something to consider. It was pretty easy to set up, by the way. All you have to do is plug in the cables and go to GAOMON's website to download the drivers, restart your computer, and it worked. It worked on the first time, so that's really great. Next, I'm going to actually show you a speed paint of me truly using the tablet. Okay, so now I'm going to use the tablet for real. Because the brand is GAOMON, I'm going to draw the Digimon called GAOMON. Did you know there's a Digimon called GAOMON? Well, there is. So it fits the theme, so that's what I'm going to draw today. Earlier I thought that the screen was a bit on the small side. And I mean, I guess it is, but it's actually not. It's not bad anyways. As I was drawing on it, I didn't feel like it was too small in the end. It was actually pretty decent. It's a good size for my hands, which aren't super big, so it's actually it's a good size. Here I'm just going to finish my sketch. Now you can see that the interface became bigger. That's because I switched the display of my computer from extend these displays to duplicate the display. Because when I was extending the display, I as you could see earlier, the interface of Sai was pretty small. It was still workable, but it was a bit difficult because it was too small. So when I duplicate my monitor, it's actually much easier, even though the resolution seems to be smaller, but it's actually the same. It's just a display thing. So I actually struggled a little bit with the line art because I feel like the line I was trying to make would not appear where I was expecting it to appear. This is probably because I'm used to using a different tablet, and also because I haven't used Sai in a while. So I'm sure that with more practice I would stop having this issue. The lines were actually really nice and smooth because the pressure sensitivity is really good. So I'm able to make thin lines and thick lines in the same stroke. I'm actually pretty amazed by the pressure sensitivity of this tablet. It's much better than I was expecting. I'm just going to do some shading. I'm using the watercolor tool. And just like the line art, I can get a lot of different levels of pressure. And it actually works pretty great for the watercolor tool, since it's a tool that you need to use a lot of different pressures to get the best results. So when I press just a tiny little bit, I only get a tiny little bit of ink. and that's pretty great. That's pretty impressive. I really don't have anything negative to say about the pressure. It's perfect. The screen is also really bright, and all the elements are pretty well defined and really clear. The only negative thing I guess I could say about this tablet is there is no express keys. There's no buttons on the sides for shortcuts. But I guess that is to be expected for a smaller tablet at this price range. But honestly, for $240, that's like really cheap. That's a really good quality tablet for that price. I would like to have keys on the sides though, because I'm so used to using them. But I use my keyboard for this one, and I was fine. It's just a preference, I guess. And there's also the thing I mentioned earlier, where the closer you get to the corners and the edges, the more your arrow is not directly under your stylus. But since I'm drawing at the center of the screen, it's not really a problem. But overall, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the quality. It's really good. If you're not sure if you're going to like display tablets, that's a good one to start with because it's cheap. It's a good size. It doesn't take much space, and it works pretty good. I mean, I don't think you could go wrong with it. So I hope this video was useful to you. Thanks GAOMON for sending me this tablet, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!